Yeah, shalom again, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, again, this is ISUPK Tobago under Commanding General YAHANNA and Prison Officer Swapiala.
Prison Officer McQuarrie.
And Prison Officer Barrett.
Right, so again, we are not affiliated, again, with no religious group or organization. We teach you truth according to the Bible, that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. We are the lost 12 tribes and the nation of Israel. We are a family, right? Again, to our Hispanic brothers or a lot of people might call them Latino as well, right? We are family, or in Spanish, familia or familia, right? So, just a reminder for, again, our brothers and sisters, of the Hispanic tribe, right? So again, we at it again tonight, to bring the reminder, just, as we have been doing for the past couple of weeks, to our brothers and sisters here on the ground in Trinidad, right? To our listening viewers, to the callers. Again, just a reminder, you could call in, ask a question, just like any interview that you would be on as a caller. Again, you need to show some or have some respect, in anything that you're doing, and that would be again, looking out for your brother, looking out for your sister, right? Because again, a lot of brothers and sisters might want to ask questions as well, right? So again, this is a reminder for us, our brothers and sisters, as they tune in and listen to the program tonight, right? And
right. The number to call in is 342-0081, 466-5391, 771-1791.
Right. So what were we looking at, Akiam? What we looking at? We looking like tonight, right?
We were going to the spirit of the oppressor, understanding spirit of the oppressor, understanding the war. You understand? As how it is happening right now with that war on the ground,
right?
In Trinidad, conflict with US and Venezuela. You understand? And in war, there's always conflict, as you're rightfully talking when it's coming up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And our people have to understand a little more about war, you understand? And most importantly, the spirit of the oppressor, the slave master, you understand? The person that brought us down here on slave ships. Understanding that is very important. Again, all these nations, all these races, their names are in the Bible. And all these nations, they had a role in having the children of Israel, you understand, not just blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, under captivity, under servitude. Biblically, it's not supposed to be so, because we're supposed to be the ones above. You understand? Just as prophesied by our forefathers. We're supposed to be the ones above, the ruling class of the earth. But because we sin against our power, because we sin against our God, we go against Him. You understand? Right now, we are at the bottom, we are lost, we are confused, and we really don't know what's happening. And the religious leaders supposed to be the ones that actually teaching us, giving us the insights, giving us the tools in order for us to come out from this condition that we are in, and for us to understand what's really going on around us.
Right. And again, and everything, again, there is a cost.
Right.
To it. There is a cost. And again, just as we again rightfully say, during any conflict, especially where, as we say, war is concerned, right? Whether it be, in maybe say in different aspects.
Right.
Right. Again, there are different levels of war.
Right.
Right. Whether it be mental, physical, or what is happening right now.
Right.
Where there would be conflict or interest against people, against nations.
Right.
And this comes with a cost, right? And again, everything that we speak about, that we've been taught, by the men above us. Again, Commanding General YAHANNA, like give it up for Commanding General YAHANNA. Again, holding down this truth, and being able to impart this word, just like it was imparted unto him,
right,
and pass it on to, young black men, Hispanic, Native Indian men, to hold on this truth where we are at the four corners of the earth, just has been prophesied, us as a people scattered, right? And in that prophecy, again, we would cry wherever we are unto the Lord, to bring us, or to revive us from the conditions that we face. And this is why today we would continue that cry, here in Trinidad, and to bring the reminder to our brothers and sisters again. Just a reminder, our school location is number 1 Morris Street, Point 14.
Right.
You can check us out on our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, right, on our web pages. You can contact the school number, which is 479-8286, right? Again, reach out, we give, righteous counsels to brothers and sisters who seek, counsels. Again, Commanding General Yang have a team of generals, that was set up, in that right spirit, and men that been brought up under righteous system, to have or to listen these issues, that plague or plagiarize, the minds of brothers and sisters, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Right. So again, let we go into it. So I know we want to start off at.
Let's start off in the book of Revelation.
Right.
To understand the serpent is, you understand, as we are continuing from last week where we spoke about Esau and Jacob. You understand, the spirit that Esau have, the spirit that Jacob have.
Right.
So most people when they read the Bible, they wouldn't understand who the serpent is being spoken about here. Who is the woman? You understand, in the scriptures also.
Right.
So we can start at the book of Revelation, verse 15.
Right.
Right, the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away after the flood.
Right. And to understand the book of Revelation, again, this is the vision that was given to John, right? And you read Revelation 1:1, it talk about, that vision that John was given, that in a time where, he would face, that trying time within his life, being in prison on the island of Patmos, just like any brother would be in prison, there comes a point in time where you say like, hey, like, what the help, who come into, to rescue me? But again, through the comfort and, the mercy of the Most High, the Most High God always, as the scripture say, reveal it, his words unto the servants, his prophets.
Right.
And John being a prophet of the Lord, being raised up, under Christ, these things were revealed unto him, that we today here now can be reminded of the importance of what it means, or to know or to understand who that is around us, these other nations.
Right.
And in any conflict of war, there would be truth and there would be lies. Right. At this point, again, the serpent speaking about our oppressor, again, he been, he cast out of his mouth waters as a flood. And again, to understand this, or to understand our records, our history, it must come from, a righteous black man teaching this. Because again, without, a righteous black man teaching you this, we will just read word for word, just like we've been taught, in any school curriculum, that, this is where it is, but not knowing that, again, the language or the mindset of black people, we would always, use phrases or use slangs just to identify certain things. And at this point in time, is identifying, the what was cast out of the mouth of the serpent, which was waters. Again, just like we'd say, your mouth running a lie. Stop running lies. This is what is taking place here now. And these lies now, again, even when you read up higher in Revelation 12, it tell you that, us as a people, we flee. Now, like any place that will be under siege or water, is ready to draw you out from where it is. And he doing, or as we say, these waters that coming out of his mouth, or these lies, is ready to draw us out. Right? Go ahead.
Okay. that he might cause her to be carried away after the flood.
Right? And with all these lies, that we've been, indoctrinated with, that the philosophies, the teachings, many different customs and religion on a whole.
Right.
Because now, religion is formulated by men. These instructions that we read about here, come from, the spirit of the Most High,
Right.
and righteous black men, not just men, righteous black men. And it must be phrased in this way, because the righteous black men that is being spoken about is the sons of Jacob,
Right.
these 12 tribes, this family, this house. And this house always had a reputation or a legacy. And that reputation or that legacy was always to obtain and to maintain, the reputation of our Father, which is the Most High God.
Right.
Christ maintained that. Christ teach the men that he brought up to maintain that. And this is what we are doing today. We are maintaining that today.
Right.
Right? Right.
Verse 16. And the earth helped the woman.
Right. And the what?
And the earth helped the woman.
Right. The scripture says in Psalms 24, the earth is the fullness thereof, and it is the Lord's. The Lord is the one who is going to, deliver us or bring us out of this. Because why? Just like any father, has children, he seek their interest, he seek, their well-being. And this is important for us. Because why it is important for us? Because every day we turn to the Lord and seek, seek that help.
Right.
We cry unto the Lord every day. This family, this house, whether we be North, South, or Central America, we cry unto the Lord. They gave us, as we say, demigods, just to sway us,
Right.
just to move us. But the Lord always had, a remnant, always had reserves,
Right.
men that would stand and bring back or as you say, guide the sheep back to the pasture. This is what have been taught to us.
Right.
And we will continue again on in the footsteps of our King Yahushai, or the Most High God, or King Yahushai, and the men that was chosen to continue on and to bring this truth.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth.
Right. Why the earth will open the mouth? Just like any father, he would step in front now, again to defend or to protect. Just again in our records, even coming out of Egypt,
Right.
the scriptures identify that the Lord, had a pillar, a cloud which separate us from our oppressors, right? They would be on this side and we would be on that side,
Right.
because who stepped in again? Our Father, the Most High. Go ahead.
And swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
Right, and the this is our Father, a game changer, we call that.
Right.
It started, destroy all the lies, all the doctrines, all the philosophies that was cast out of the mouth of as you say, of this liar.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
What we're seeing right now, what happening to our people.
Right.
And we see it and we say, we know in a time where, the social media, internet platform, go up on any social media platform and look at what is happening to so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Right.
Migrants on the border, or brother ISUPK, that taking place right now, even right here in Trinidad.
Right.
So we draw it from far and we draw it near.
Okay.
They would always be wrought with us.
Right.
Why they would be wrought with us? Go ahead.
And the dragon was wrought with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
Know this, so-called blacks, natives, and native and indigenous people, right? We would always be, at war. As long as our oppressor is in control, he would always wage war with us.
Right.
And this remnant that he's waging war against is the men that would stand for this truth.
Right.
is the man that was going to, bring or reveal, what is taking place right now in the earth. Right? Go ahead.
Okay. Which keep the commandments of God.
Why this is important that he would wage war with these men. These men would stand for truth.
Right.
They would stand for what is right. They would not be swayed or moved. All records mention, as you say, our king, the line that he came through, his father David. The scriptures identify David as a man after the Lord's heart. He would have the same mindset, just like our father, because now why he would have that, he understands what it means to be as a family. And in any conflict of war, our father must step in. Right? Especially when it reached to that point where there would, obviously, there would be cost. And these costs comes in many different ways. And again, our king said it best. Right? This is important to us today. Right? Again, all feel free to chime in. Right? Go ahead. Right?
Which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
The Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under commanding General YAHANNA has been teaching this truth since 1969. That Christ is a black man from the tribe of Judah. The 12 tribes, or these 12 brothers, reside in North, South, and Central America. The names of these 12 tribes today, biblically, is identified by where it was prophesied by our father Jacob, who is known today as Israel. What shall befall us in these last days? We teach this truth and all the testimonies that our king testify of was important for us today. In understanding and knowing these testimonies. This is why we could be the example of that testimony, because now we stand with our records. This is why we draw reference, or we made it known that we're not affiliated. What we teach here again is not religion. We teach this is a family history book. And it is important for us. This is why when we started, as you see, bring this out, there would always be, that uprising or that uproar. Because on our whole, religion on our whole doesn't, as we say, would always try to or wage war with the remnant.
So like I say, family religion is the strongest drug right now. More stronger than crack cocaine.
Right.
You understand? So when people read in the Bible, first thing that comes in is religion, the doctrines that's been taught to them for centuries by the oppressor, and it keep passing down. Right down to this time, in 2025, we still under the doctrine of the oppressor, and not realizing, as they rightfully bringing out this book, is a family history book. It's a history of a family. You understand? The Lord's chosen people, what he want them to do from what he don't want them to do. And also showing them the people around them. You understand? Which is the other nations or the other races that the Bible will mention.
That's right.
You understand? But I just want to touch on something that is important what we just read here, right? Because when we read and we spoke about the serpent in verse 15, you understand? The Christian church or religious leaders wouldn't explain certain things because, you go read it, they go feel good, they go sound good. But not knowing, you have to pay attention to what you're reading, pay attention to how you're listening and asking questions, meaning you ask your religious leaders questions as well too.
That's right.
You understand? Because it's saying the serpent in verse 15, and the serpent cast water out of her mouth. Who's the serpent? Who's the water as they're bringing out? The lies. You understand? The false doctrine and philosophies that he cast against the woman, meaning he cast against the children of Israel.
That's right.
You understand? As we bringing out from the couple of weeks before that, there's African. You understand? Well, everybody is one. We could all come together, which is not so because the Bible teaches separation.
That's right.
You understand? But when you look at the serpent in verse 15, when they keep reading and they going on, you realize it changed from serpent to dragon. So then what really happening?
Right.
You understand? Because verse 17 saying that the dragon was wrought. We was just speaking about a serpent. How come now it turned to a dragon?
Right.
You understand? As they bringing out, there's a way how black people is talk. There's how they communicate in slang.
Right.
But when we go back up to verse 9, if I could back up a shot.
But
Right? The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 9.
agree with it.
Oh,
Yeah, you're breaking it down.
Tobago. Revelation 12 and 9.
Okay. The book of Revelations 12 and verse 9.
Right?
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent.
That old what?
That old serpent.
So now we're hearing about an old serpent. We read the serpent back down in verse 15. You understand? Now when we go back and you're hearing the old serpent, you have to go back to the Old Testament and see who was that serpent. When you go back to the book of Genesis, you're seeing where the serpent was the most subtle beast in the field.
That's right.
Okay.
You understand? So now you're understanding it wasn't a snake. Like most people will portray it to be in the movies or whatever the case might be. This is somebody that spewed lies. As you read in here in Revelation. Spewed lies about our people and to our people. You understand? Go ahead, Baba Kosha.
Called the devil.
He was also called what?
The devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
And this is something we have to take into consideration. This person, this serpent, this devil, which means deceiver, this person deceived the whole world. You understand? And when we take we go look at the white image of Jesus. You understand? This image deceived the whole world because still in 2025,
right,
people still believe that that image is the image of Jesus Christ. That image deceived the whole world. You understand? So these are the things that we have to take into consideration. But when you read the Bible, in the same book of Revelation, you're seeing whereby Christ is a black man. It gave when John was on the Isle of Patmos and he got his revelation, we're seeing where Christ, he get the description of Christ showing that he's a black man.
right.
You understand? But yet still in 2025, people still have this white image in the house and the car, thinking that that is Jesus Christ.
Right.
You understand?
Okay, so
Yeah,
it just goes to show that is why the Most High in wisdom put in the last book a description of how Christ looking, because he knew that this oppressor would come and bring a false Christ
That's right.
to we people with a false doctrine as well.
Absolutely correct.
Right. Correct.
You understand? So these are the things that we have to take into consideration, as the officer rightfully saying. You understand? Most I know in his wisdom, this is what's going to happen. This is the nature of these people. Deceiving the whole world. And don't feel that it just for a period of time. Till today, we still believe that white image is of Christ. So what else could he be deceiving the world of? Especially against the woman, as we read in the scriptures, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So like yes, sir.
Right. So again, you know what the brothers, you know, again, the officers is bringing out is so true, and this is why the truth will always trump a lie.
Right.
This is why in our records we speak the truth according to our records, right? And the truth is recorded right here. And just as you rightfully say, the scripture even identify it and it made it known. But a lot of people think that this is two horn and a pitchfork.
Right.
It's just a deceiver. This is why it mentioned the word deceive right there. As you say English language, as you say word meaning. So it give you the word and it give you the meaning of what the word devil is.
Right.
This person is just going to deceive everyone that he come into contact with.
Right.
And we see what is happening right now here in Trinidad, that you know the condition of lying with, as we say, with what the scripture has identified as a harlot.
Right.
There's consequences for that. And the consequences for that, you know, as we say, anybody who know the consequences of lying with the harlot, or you know, lying with someone that is defiled, there's always sickness, there's always disease linked to that. And we see what happened with these other nations in doing that.
Right.
This is why when we look and the track record, as we say, of the people or the governance of who govern, today.
Right.
You'd see that track record of a sickness or a plague or a disease being spread. And that disease that is being spread, it causing who to feel or to go through that pain,
Right.
or to go through that turmoil or that suffering, as we say, draw reference, the people on the land.
Right. Okay.
Because now, as we say, we reside in Trinidad.
Mhm.
One person being plagued could cause everyone else to be infected.
Right.
And this is the as we see, the effect of sleeping with that deceiver,
Right.
or sleeping with as we see, that serpent.
Absolutely
Right.
correct. So
Yeah,
that-
go
that's
ahead.
what I mean. And as you're talking about plague,
Yeah.
it also goes to show that's what happening with the Christian church right now. That's what happening with religion.
Right.
You understand?
Mhm.
That plague and that deception from the deceiver plague all churches.
Right.
And if you look at the churches, how they teach,
Mhm.
you understand? Or how they try to teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All of them talking something different. All of them talking something different, but in the Israelite school and universal practical knowledge, all schools talk the same thing.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
We talk the same thing. That one thing could be found right here in this book.
That's right.
Nobody ain't talking nothing different.
That's right.
You understand? So like, yeah.
Right. So again, these are reminders,
Right.
because all what we bringing out here, we were reminded of that, and the importance of a reminder is that they don't fall into a snare
Right.
again.
Okay.
It could be able to detect that snare, and how you're going to be able to detect it when you're around family.
Right.
You being, as you say, alone, this liar or these lies will consume you,
Right.
without a doubt. And we see it happening daily
Right.
to our brothers and sisters, and this is why they are caught up again in the concept or the ways of the doctrine of religion. Right. So
Okay.
where we going?
You go to the book of Hosea.
Right.
Bible Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you can read it also too. Right.
4 and 6. Yeah, Bible Hosea.
So and what the officer is going to maybe or bring to the knowledge or to the forefront of the minds of our brothers and sisters is very important. Why it is important? Because now you could read this and you could understand the condition that we are in today currently, so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Right?
The book of Hosea 4 and verse 6.
Right.
My people,
My what?
my people.
This is something that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have to understand. You understand? This is something religion and religious leaders wouldn't teach.
Mhm.
The Lord is saying, my people, meaning possessive. The Lord is not talking about everybody here. The Lord has a chosen people and a separate people. You understand? You can find that in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6.
Mhm.
The Lord is saying, my people, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead.
Are destroyed.
We are what?
Are destroyed.
Go ahead.
For lack of knowledge.
The Lord is telling us that we are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You understand? Not only biblical knowledge. We are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, not understanding the people wrong about us. You understand? Not understanding their tactics, not understanding their wiles, not understanding the things that they have done to us through history.
All right.
You understand? Over and over, just as Officer Swap was rightfully bringing out. You understand? These are the things that we as a people have to understand. When we start to talk Bible, or you're hearing Bible and again, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, we thinking it's just only biblical. We don't understand the things that is happening wrong and about us. Especially in this time, we're talking about war and conflict or war.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We are destroyed for that lack of knowledge. Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because thou hast what?
Rejected
Because
knowledge.
we have rejected knowledge, you understand, not wanting to understand the things of the Most High, the things that our forefathers left for us. Go ahead.
I will also reject thee.
The Lord is going to reject us. You understand? Because we're not pursuing the things that He left for us. Go ahead.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law,
Seeing that we have forgotten what?
the law,
We, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we always supposed to be keeping the laws of the Most High. Just as we read in Revelation a while ago. You understand? When the dragon waged war against the woman, the remnant of her seed that did what? Keep the commandments. We're coming back here now and reading that we're supposed to do what? Keep the law. Go ahead.
for thy God, I will also forget thy children.
And this will end up going right down into a generational curse. The Lord is going to forget us. You understand? Now in 2025, we still praying to our white Jesus. We still don't understand who we are. We're still at the bottom of society. You understand? But it is not going to remain like that. Because the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we out here for every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, no matter the condition that you might be in. You understand? We are out here. This school, the doors of this school is always open to you.
That's right.
You understand? Salakia said.
All right. Where we going at? What you looking at?
We could go over to the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24, Baba Kusha.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
All these little scriptures that we go into here,
Mhm.
these things supposed to be taught to us.
Mhm.
These things supposed to be shown to us
Right.
for us to start understanding the
Mhm.
people around us, for us to start understanding what really going on.
Right.
You understand? Because in this Bible, as you're saying, this is a family book. This is
Mhm.
the history of a chosen people,
Mhm.
Black people. And our forefathers left these records for us to show us the things that is going to happen to us if we obey the Most High, the things that is going to happen to us if we do not obey the Most High, and how the people is wronged about us. When you have to take it well back.
Right. That's Salakia. Before you read that, you know, you was mentioning or you was highlighting some or making, you know, a point now where it's very valid today.
Right.
Right. I know if you want to bring that out because now this way going to read here.
Yeah.
This way going to read here.
Right.
You understand now just how important it is that when the serpent wage war, this is who he is. And he didn't just, you know, he just wasn't, you know, or he put himself in that position.
Right.
Because of us, as we say, just as we now read there, of us not keeping these laws or not following these instructions, this is what happens. So I know if you want to highlight it, you know. Right?
Can. Yes, very important for we people to follow the things that pertain to us as a nation. Because the things that pertain to us as a nation is what will build us strong. And you can search all through the scriptures on them, and you will see that God's chosen people is only keeping the commandments of God going to get the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
You know, all these other philosophies that these other nations and them have never does contain keeping the laws of God. So, you know, it leading you astray.
Right.
It's like the Catholic Church, as a good example. They saying that they changed the doctrine of God and accepting homosexuals in the church now.
Yeah, people of the alternative
Right.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
And
Right.
on a whole, this is with religion on a whole, right? We can now, just as you rightfully say now to identify some of these religious organizations, it's important for us to know and to highlight it to all people.
Right.
This is why it's important for us, right? And again, the information concerning with the listener, right? So
important thing to note the oppressor had a lease on since the World War II, you know, on Shagaramas in terms they were the people on them that drenched Macquarie for submarines to come up there, you know, build it into a military like style, you know, and for 99 years. Now they say when we get independence, the lease, you know, it break. But you're seeing that bond that it's still there because even today, I mean, on social media just the other day, you see the amount of military equipment that in that same region,
Right.
you know. So, I mean, you just had to read between the lines, you
Right.
know, as
Right.
a people.
Right. So again, Officer Barrier is bringing out, right, and it was highlighted or made known to him that the area or Shagaramas on a whole, was a lease contract, to, as you say, to the US military, right? Or it would have been a base where during the period of World War II that they would, they would dock, they would refuel, they would move their equipment, in that area, and knowing that that lease was at least, let me say, for 99 years. When you go back and you check from that time period to now, I believe that lease, still has at least a couple of years still. So this is why, yes, when you see them moving, as we say, equipments, it's based on, as we say, our old contract. And again, knowing the serpent and knowing who he is, he break again all his treaties,
Right.
all his contracts. And we see the example with our native indigenous, or native brothers,
Right.
the indigenous people, the first people. He break all the contracts with them. All. So this way he doing it is not new. And when we say not new to the brothers and sisters in the Israelite school, are universal and practical knowledge, or the ISUPK, because this is what we have been taught and brought to understanding and highlighted, that knowing that just we read,
Right.
that this devil, this deceiver, he would deceive everybody, right? So this was just a point. And again, to the callers, again, feel free to call in. The number is 342-0081 466-5391 771-1791. Call in again, ask your questions, feel free to again to make your comments, right? And again, in consideration, think about your brother,
Right.
think about your sister, that they might, in on a whole, might want to ask a question as well, right? Go ahead, right? So
Okay, where did the book the Job Bible
yeah,
question?
The book of Job 9 and verse 24.
Right.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
This is what we have to understand. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. The Lord is telling us that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You understand? This is something absolutely important for us to know. Go ahead.
He covered at the faces of the judges thereof.
And the people that's supposed to be judging the earth in righteousness, that wicked one, you understand, cover their faces. If you go through all the history of that wicked one, you understand, you go through the paintings, you see wherever he changed the faces of the angels, put all the angels white. You understand, Christ being a black man from the tribe of Judah, put him white. All the apostles, the prophets of the Most High, he put them white, when all these prophets are black men.
all right.
You understand? We could go through the scriptures and show that which you have been doing since we came to the show. These things is absolutely important. The Lord is telling us that the earth is given into the hands of wicked people. You understand? And these wicked people covering up the faces of the righteous, the ones that's supposed to judge the earth in righteousness. Go ahead.
If not, where and who is he?
So if this wicked person or this wicked man is not doing that, then who is doing it? When you look at the track record of the oppressor, he is the one that is going to the earth, spreading all the lies, doing all the cover-ups, not keeping hold to all his treaties, etc., 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 because we could go into a whole long list. You understand? Of the things that the oppressor is doing. So just a sidebar, when you see the oppressor coming down here in his ships, just knowing it is not something that is to be taken lightly.
Right.
You understand? It's something for us to understand who these people is. And if the Lord is telling us that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, they're not going to continue doing right things. They're going to do wrong things. You understand? Because we could jump to the book of Proverbs, Bible question, if you could. So that yes, we're going to the book of Proverbs.
Eh?
We're going to the book of Proverbs.
Yeah, draw point. Go ahead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the book of Proverbs, Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. You understand?
Okay.
Because in the Bible, it shows separation. It doesn't show that all of us or all nations, all people are supposed to be together. That is not so. You understand? The Lord divided the earth. He gave every nation or every race their portion.
Okay.
You understand? But yet still we believe that we could come together and all be one, under one umbrella, as one happy family. That is not so.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs
Mm-hmm.
29 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
When the righteous are in authority.
When the righteous is what?
When the righteous are in authority,
Mm-hmm.
the people rejoice.
The Lord telling them, creator of heaven and earth, when the righteous is in authority, the people is going to rejoice. Look at all the pain and suffering that is happening all over the earth right now. You understand? Why?
Yeah.
Because the righteous is not in authority. The righteous people, the faces that person cover over, you understand? They are not ruling. They are not in that ruling spot. You understand? Because the earth has given into the hands of the wicked.
Okay.
Go ahead, Baba Kusha.
But when the wicked beareth rule,
When the wicked one is in ruling, when the wicked one is in rulership over the earth, when he is calling the shots, go ahead.
the people mourn.
The people what?
The people mourn.
Look at how the earth is today. Many people could testify the condition that the earth is in under this wicked person,
Right.
that the earth is given its hands into.
Right.
Many people could see that.
Mhm.
So like yes, sir.
Right. And just to go, like we said, go to Luke 14 and 31, right? And to understand or to know that in any conflict, right, of any dispute or war, there's always a cost. And without counting the cost, it would show that you are not fit to really, wage or to go to war with anyone.
Right.
Because now in that course now, as you say, many lives will be lost. Many, as you say, again, a perfect example, and this is why it was before us. World War One, World War Two. We see what took place, but again, to understand, the condition we face as a people, we were always, warned, and made known the importance of our history and our records, right? Go ahead.
Can we start at 31? Or?
Yeah. Start 25.
The book of Luke, chapter 14 and verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
And there went a great multitude with him, and he turned and said unto them, If any man come to me, and hate not his father, and mother, and wife, and children, and brethren, and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Right. And we see the importance of this, and what our king is drawing in reference here. There's a cost to this. There's a cost to this. And with this cost, it comes great sacrifice.
Right.
And, if you really understand, and this is why when, as you say, two of his disciples, mother came before him and, mentioned that, hey, they want to drink of that cup. He say, hey, let them know, let's paraphrase, there's a cost
Right.
in drinking this. But nevertheless, they that follow me, they would be or fit the course, understand after that.
Right.
Right. So as we read on down now, read the next one.
Verse 27. Whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
Right. And our king again is drawing, or just as we say, with all black people is talk, is like, all they want to follow me,
Right.
then everything that I do here comes with a cost. Go ahead.
Verse 28. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counted the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it?
And this blow the mind, because now, like anybody planning, what they will do, they will sit down and so you draw in reference,
Right.
you will do this, right? But go on.
Verse 29. Lest haply after he had laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that beheld it begin to mock him.
Right, and we see the consequences of that. And you know who this fit today? A lot of our brothers and sisters, you know, with you know, start buildings, and you know, for some reason can't finish it.
Right.
Because now, just as the scripture say, we have no economic might, we have no power.
Right.
We don't own nothing, no resources or anything. But here the thing about it. The scriptures in Revelation say, for thou art poor, but thou art rich.
Right.
We have to understand what is our richness first. Right? And our richness comes from who? From being a family.
Right.
And this is why our king is laying it down just like this. Go ahead.
Verse 30, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish.
Right. So we see the mockery that is coming out of this. This is the talk around the block.
Right.
This man starts some and he can't finish. Go ahead.
Verse 31, or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and counseleth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000.
Right. So again, just to draw reference with this. This is why now where is the ship that just in 3 weeks time?
The Gerald R. Ford.
In 3 weeks, when we go back in the scriptures and we look at the pathway, you know, just what we was bringing out on the Black Watch last night. You know, it take a year and a half. In 3 weeks with all the, you know, all the technology and all you know that is, you know, at hand right now. Our oppressor was able to be notified, and within a couple of weeks, that ship is about to wage war in the Caribbean, not just one place, but in the Caribbean, because now it's like you're going to interrupt a network where, you know, people or a nation, you know, have been, you know, networking for quite a period of time, and through that network struggling, because now when you look, as we say, just for example, to traverse from island to island, the cost. What it costs. The cost that it will take to move is like, you know, I can't move. So I can't visit my brother, I can't visit my sister. This is who this beast is. With wage war. And he understand that, you know, this come with a cost. Right? Go ahead.
Isaiah 31.
All right. So yeah. Read a little more about it.
Verse 32, or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassage and desireth conditions of peace.
Right. So we know war coming. So one time beforehand, you're looking to wage peace because you understand the multitude that is coming. And this is something that we see happening right now, where, you know, the president of Venezuela keep on mentioning, hey, don't destabilize the Caribbean, don't destabilize the peace that they know that all these Caribbean, you know, countries, and even linked to, I say, Venezuela, don't disrupt that peace. Right. And again, I just want to draw reference to this, you know, all the 12 tribes, you know, is known, because now there's a lot of things taking place at the sidebar, you know, with Jamaica right now. The tribe of Zebulon sending, you know, aid. The tribe of Asher sending aid. All these tribes, the tribe of Issachar sending aid. So, as we say, the tribe of Benjamin, because the Caribbean is known, or where the tribe of Benjamin reside. So we see the example without any hesitant. These brothers and them in the spirit is like, nah, let me assist my brother. They would say that. They would say, let me assist my brother. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Nah, you go.
As they rightfully saying, this is something beautiful to see. Once you understand the scriptures and you understand that these 12 tribes, understanding, you know what I mean, that they are brothers. And look, as rightfully saying, these tribes sending aid to help their brother, the tribe of Benjamin, the youngest brother.
Right.
You understand? And I was watching something the other day, and it's scene whereby the complaining because they're saying, look, the 1% in the zone where they are, where the hurricane destroyed them, not even helping them.
Yeah.
So now they have to beg them to at least get them a meal. And we have been supporting their businesses for decades.
Yeah.
You understand? There are certain of the Moabites, who is the Chinese in the scriptures. They say that the Moabites or the Chinese not helping them either. So it's always a cry and a plead. You understand? For these other nations to help the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. But we have to understand, just as the Lord say, we are the bottom.
That's right.
You understand? The scripture is paraphrasing, saying that we look to these nations for our vain help. We look into them for help, but we ain't going and get it.
Right. That's right.
They see time Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians have to trust in the Lord, trust in the Most High. You understand? So like here.
Right. Let me see the time run up. Let me go to Psalms 20 now. Psalms 20. And Psalms 20. 20 and 1.
Okay.
The book of Psalms 20 and verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David.
Right. Go ahead.
The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee.
Right. And again, in the time of our trouble, the Lord is going to hear us.
Right.
This is our Father. Christ teaches his disciples. He said, don't pray to me, but pray to the Father. And in that prayer, the beginning of the prayer, we say, our Father.
Right.
In the time of our trouble, we would cry to our Father. This is who we cry to today. Right? Jump down from there, jump to verse 6.
Verse 6. Now know I that the Lord saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand.
We know who sit at the right hand of the Most High God, or King Yahushua, or the which you will know as Jesus Christ.
Right.
Sit at his right hand, doing what? Making play, making that hey, my brothers and them, the playing or the begging. This is why we tell so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians that we need to change or turn away from all the lies that was spewed out of the mouth of that, of that serpent.
Right.
We need to turn away from his doctrines, turn away from his philosophy.
Okay.
And, as our king plea, sitting on the right hand of the Most High God, again, the instructions would come down. Because now, again, his disciples asked him, is this the time?
Right.
He say he don't even have the power or the will to know whether it be the time. But the instructions he waiting on is our Father. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God.
Right, and as we close off, we let it known or make known to brothers and sisters that we would trust in the Lord.
Right.
We wouldn't put our trust in things that that would be come to non-existence in this time. The Lord is our Father, right? So, right? The time, right? Right. So again, right.
So again, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge was started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Remember the school location, like number 1, Morris Street in Point 14. The number to call, Professor.
Right, 4798286. Again, join us. Again, check out our webpage and for further information. With that, we say
Shalom.